This took place in the summer of 2017 in the small town of Alexandria Bay, New York. My parents own a small vacation house there, and we usually go down for a few weeks during the summer break. It was your typical Saturday night. My parents were out partying with friends, and I was chilling out playing video games. I heard a noise from the docking area outside where my dad keeps his yacht. My initial thought was that my parents had come back early. It was around midnight, and that would have been pretty early for my parents since they usually come back around 3 in the morning. I just continued playing my game and paid no attention to the fact that someone could have been trying to steal my dad's boat. In fact, I forgot about it entirely. Around 2 in the morning, I exited the house to have a smoke, and I saw that the doors to the yacht's main cabin were open, and there was no lights on inside. I grabbed a flashlight and boarded the yacht. I didn't turn on any lights because if there was someone on my father's yacht, I wanted the element of surprise. Now I considered the fact that my mom and dad were doing something that I absolutely did not want to see under any circumstances. But I didn't see their car anywhere outside. So I came to the conclusion that there was someone on my dad's boat who wasn't supposed to be there. I heard footsteps down in the lower levels where the sleeping quarters were. At this point, I'm fired up, and I'm ready to teach some asshole a lesson about intruding on someone else's property. I hid behind the wall that separated the cabin area from the kitchen, and peered out just enough to see what was going on. Soon after, I saw the silhouette of a man emerge from the stairwell at the opposite end of the room. Now, I had turned off my flashlight, and the only source of light was the moonlight coming through the long window that rimmed around the cabin. Point being is that it was fairly dark, but my eyes had adjusted. I saw the shadow move in front of the long window. It was a slim figure. Now, me being 6'2", 250 pounds, built like a linebacker, I thought I would be able to take this guy on easy. I came from around the corner and yelled, "Hey, fucker!" and lowered my shoulder. I was expecting to knock this guy on his ass, but something strange happened. Now again, it was pretty dark, so I can only speculate, but the intruder somehow was able to jump up and grab onto something hanging from the ceiling, and avoid my charge entirely, causing me to hit the wall pretty hard. I flipped onto my back to see the intruder coming towards me with something in his hands. He was seconds away from hitting me or possibly stabbing me, so I had to think fast. I raised my right leg and landed a kick to the stomach. The intruder grunted and stumbled backwards, dropping whatever he was holding. As soon as I stood back up, I saw the figure dart out of the open doors. A loud splash followed shortly after. The intruder had disappeared into the water below. When I turned on the lights, there was a serrated knife laying on the floor of the cabin. I called the police who came out and investigated, but aside from the knife, they found no traces of the intruder anywhere. I gave my statement and filed a report. My folks came home at a record-breaking 6 a.m., and I decided that I would fill them in on what happened when they woke up. They were in no shape to process this information when they came home, if you know what I mean.